Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ryan. We're back with Matt. He owns a body shop, so he kind of collects some unique vehicles here, also known as vintage car wrecks. So we're going to talk about three today. This Mustang, this something, Belvedere, what's left of a Belvedere, and what's the other one you have? A
55 Star Chief.
And a 55 Pontiac Star Chief. So, Matt, let's talk about the Mustang here first.
Great story behind this car. Nobody was hurt in it. Guy broke his nose. Other than that, because a friend of mine who led me to this car actually talked to the kid that was in the drag race and the kid that was driving the car, and they just kind of laughed about it. Guy's mother bought this car used in 1969. It's a 67, and in 1992, his dad decides to restore the car for his son for his first car as a 16-year-old to drive to high school. He had it less than 2 weeks. He was drag racing a buddy of his and lost control and stuck it under a semi. And the kid that was drag racing him said he saw the lights go squirrely behind him and then they went out. And stuck it under a semi, but didn't hurt him.
So the guy walked away to tell a story.
Walked away to tell a story. The roof hit him in the head and kind of cut his forehead and broke his seat and pushed him back. But it's just
A little 289 Mustang.
289, yeah. And it's funny, his dad said it was either this or a Carmen Ghia that he was going to restore for him. He said he chose the wrong car.
Now, you were looking this thing over. There's not, everything is bent.
There is nothing good on this car. And when I say nothing good, that just, it is bent everywhere. I mean, every panel's bent. It's mangled.
Now, why do you like vintage wrecks so much, Matt?
I've been around wrecks since I was a baby. Because my dad's owned the body shop. He's passed away now, but owned it since 1960. So I've always been around car wrecks. So it's just something you grow up with.
Now, no one was hurting this one seriously.
Nope.
We can't say the same about
About the
the
Belvedere.
Belvedere. Now,
No.
what's the story on this car?
1977, the guy who I bought the car from was the local farmer car hoarder, and that car just ended up on his farm. He had about 1,000 cars. Local farmer car hoarder told me that in 1977 she ran her last stop sign. I guess she was a she was a farmer's wife, and she was known for running stop signs, and she ran one in across Highway 24 north of Miltonvale and got T-boned by a semi. You can actually see the outline of the bumper, the semi right there.
Now, is she alone in the car?
Nope, there's 3 women in it.
Just her friends, or?
Yeah, just her friends. There's 3 of them, and none of them made it.
Yeah, there's no reason this car should really even exist anymore.
The car should not exist. There's no reason that car's on this planet, and that's why I like him. It's just something that shouldn't be here.
Now,
and it's not about the death. It's just about the wrecked car.
now, is it morbid to you? I mean, obviously someone was killed in this car, but
I've been around car wrecks with people have been killed for my whole life, so no, not really. And it's not about, people collect ambulances. People die in ambulances. People, dead people get hauled in hearses, and people love them. So I just happen to like the cars that they died in. I don't know why. It just happened.
yeah, it's a sad story, but this is a good reminder here of, pay attention and
Don't run stop signs.
know what you're doing. Yeah, don't run stop signs, especially in front of a
Semi.
semi.
Yeah, and this car is just like this Mustang. There is not a straight panel on it. I mean, the driver's side's bent, passenger side's bent. It's just bent everywhere.
Yeah, I should probably show that side.
Yep.
1977, last tag.
Both tags on it, and still has the keys in it. It was the reason why this car probably exists is because in 1977, the 13-year-old car probably just had liability only, and no insurance on it, so they just towed it to the owner's house, and he towed it to the local car hoarder.
You can see how hard it was hit, though. Tore the bolt right out of the.
And the dash is bent in half. It's pretty major.
Yeah, I guess you can see how bad it is from the other side, but just the fact that this side, it's
Yeah.
bolts have been torn away.
And those are all the tires that were on it when it was in the wreck. That hubcap's still on it. I just aired the tires out.
It's definitely it's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I was after this thing
Matt's towed the Pontiac wreck here with a vintage Ford dually. This thing is just killer. Red Ball Garage.
Ball Garage.
Awesome patina.
Johnson built it.
So Matt, what's the story with this old car here?
Wrecked in 1963. Bought it at. I wished I knew more about it, but unfortunately it was at an estate sale. So the guy that had it for years passed away, so I didn't get the story on it. But
So the guy that drove this did not get killed?
I can't tell. Don't know. But if you run your hand, and this again kind of morbid, but
It
if you
is
run
kinda
your hand
morbid.
Right there, you can feel where his head hit.
It's
Right there.
right there. Yep, right there's a divot.
And then there you can see the battery of the other car splattered right here. This thing, it's just again, just like the Belvedere, it's bent everywhere. Look at the dash.
I mean, the back of the seat's solid. It's just kind of crazy, but yeah, the wheel is just mangled.
And the guy was a car hoarder as well.
Factory AC car, correct?
Yeah, AC car. Yeah. 55 with AC.
I'm surprised that the horn ring is actually not mangled or broken.
Yeah. It was on the floor, so it popped off.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, this car should not exist, but it does, and you know, you have the aesthetic here. You have a vintage wreck, a vintage tow truck pulling it. It is pretty morbid, but at the same time it's cool, and it's kind of a reminder of pay attention when you're driving.
Yeah, you can tell the car hit it here, and the two cars slapped together. The slap sides because there's damage to the quarter too. So it was a 90-degree collision.
It is cool though, it's an AC car. You don't really see AC in anything, let alone a wreck that shouldn't be around here anymore.
Shouldn't be around. There's no reason this car exists. Again, the guy probably just bought it at a salvage auction. He wanted some of the Tudor hardtop trim on it because it's the same as the Chevrolets. So he took the back seat out, some of the trim on the other side, put it out in a ravine. And it was full of mud. It was full of mud up to there when I got it.
Yeah, and everyone knocking me for pulling that 59 out of a ravine. Hey,
I've pulled several out of ravines.
it's fun, and it's a story.
It's about the fun.
Absolutely.
Old cars need to be fun. You need to have fun with these things.
Well, Matt, I appreciate you showing us this stuff here. If you guys enjoy seeing stuff like this, let me know. We can try to do more of it. I don't want to obviously have to do more of it. I don't want to have people getting killed in these cars, but
I got another one coming in.
when we run across stuff like this, I mean, if you guys want to see these old vintage wrecks, let me know in the comments. But this is all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Matt,
Guys, have fun?
he said have fun and leave a like.
Old cars are fun.
Thanks for watching, guys.